Thursday. Marvin Lewis blows the whistle at 3 o'clock, and the Bengals are officially open for business this season. There are wide-ranging opinions on just how good this season will be. Some NFL watchers say coordinator changes will hurt the Bengals this season. Some have them winning the AFC North. USA Today says the playoffs simply aren't happening. Please welcome to the proceedings a man who won a Super Bowl ring in 2007 with the Indianapolis Colts when they beat the Chicago Bears. It's the Saint X and Notre Dame legend, Rocky Boyman.
Legend.
There you go.
Great to be with you, buddy.
Here's something nobody's talking about, Rock, heading into this camp, but I think we should. Is Leon Hall healthy? And will he be the same kind of player he was before he ripped up his Achilles tendon that ended his season in 2013? Second one for Hall. The Bengals have some aging starters at corner. Hall, Adam Jones, Terrence Newman, Rocky. They've gone out and they've signed younger cornerbacks. But Hall is their shutdown guy. If he's not healthy, it's not happening back there, is it?
No, I agree with you. And I think his injury and getting healthy is the biggest story of training camp. Geno Atkins a close second.
Yeah.
But like you said, Leon Hall, it starts and ends with him. No player has come back from 2 Achilles surgeries.
Is that right?
He's had one on the right leg and now one on the left leg, or vice versa.
No player has come back from 2 of those.
No player has come back from 2 ACL
It's got to affect his mobility. I mean, it's not like he ripped it when he was 20 years old. I don't want to call him old, but by NFL standards, he's got some wear on him.
Well, that's not typically an injury that is easy to come back from. He came back from it once. Let's see if he can do it again, but definitely not a minor thing at all.
You played linebacker in the NFL. Let's talk about Bengal linebackers. Let's talk first about Vontaze Burfict, who is coming off a season when he led the NFL in tackles. The guy has found money. This is a two-parter, Rock. Can Burfict improve, and if so, how much? And in your opinion, is Ray Maualuga getting better? Did he get better with Burfict alongside him this past season? Let's deal with Maualuga first because he seems to polarize fans. Burfict is the new darling on defense, so can Burfict get better, and is Maualuga getting better? Maualuga first.
First, I don't see Maualuga getting better. I actually predict that he has a chance of not even making this team, Ken. And I know it sounds crazy. This team may keep only 5 or 6 linebackers. If Vinny Ray comes in and plays the way he did, especially early in camp, it's a possibility. I don't think it should happen. Maybe not will happen, but I think there's a chance. Now, on to Burfict. I mean, the guy had an exceptional season last year, 170 some odd tackles. I think he can get better. From all accounts, the guy continues to work at his craft, and that's what you want to see out of, especially a young guy, a guy who's experienced a lot of success. I think he continues to get better and is the cornerstone of this defense for a long, long time.
Hugh Jackson says he wants to run a power game. What do you believe that means? It's pass first leg, right? You throw first in the NFL. Is it running the ball? I mean, come on. If any of these running backs are going to get the ball, it's going to be Gio Bernard. I have no idea how Ben Jarvis Green Ellis fits into this offense or makes the roster. I'm amazed the Bengals still haven't released him. So they got Ben Jarvis Green Ellis. Then there's Jeremy Hill. They spent a second rounder on him. So you got a pass first leg, one too many running backs, and you want to run a power offense. Help me here. What's going on here?
And a partridge in a pear tree, right?
Yeah.
You know, I think, first of all, the important thing is, yes, to your point, it is a pass first league. But it's very important to run the ball for 2 reasons. First of all, you got to be able to run the ball when you need to, okay, on short yardage situations. Late in the game, you're trying to burn out the clock.
Right.
That's very, very important. And also, let's touch on Giovanni Bernard. I think he's a 300-touch guy this year. I think they find all kinds of clever ways to get him the ball out of the backfield, throwing in the ball. I think he's a complete weapon, and I think Jeremy Hill comes in and is that kind of that battering ram down the middle that this Bengals offense has missed for so long.
But here's the problem. It's an embarrassment of riches for Jackson. I mean, he's got all these players on this team. I mean, he plays, I don't know how he plays 3 running backs, let alone keeps 3 on the roster. He's got strong receivers. He's got Marvin Jones. A.J. Green recently was ranked as the 2nd best wide receiver in the entire game. Very few cornerbacks want to get on an island against him. You got Mohamed Sanu. He's strong. I mean, Gresham and Eifert. He's got one football. How does he spread this around? How does he keep everybody happy?
That's going to be tough. I think the guy that should get better this year than last year is Tyler Eifert. I think he's a big-time key, a guy that's so hard for defenses to cover. Linebackers can't cover him. Safeties can't cover him. So, but to your point, there's a lot to go around here. I think that's what the job of Hugh Jackson is, to find a way to streamline this thing, but not make it too convoluted. I think that's what Jay Gruden did last year. You know, I've talked about this. Too much going on. They need an identity to this offense, Ken. I think Hugh Jackson brings that.
Every football expert I have on this show, I ask the same question. Is Andy Dalton up to all of this? Now, let's be full disclosure here, okay? You and I are redheads.
That's
Dalton's
right.
a redhead. Only 3% of the population are redheads, so I want to go easy on our brother here. But of all this stuff we've been talking about, it doesn't matter unless Dalton is more like the Andy Dalton of last year. Honestly, do you, A, see Dalton being up to Andy Dalton of October last year, or are we going to get Andy Dalton of January for the past 3 years?
Look, here's what we need out of Andy Dalton. I don't need him to pass for 5,000 yards. I don't need 40 touchdowns. I need him to not throw the ball to the other team. Last year, he had 20 interceptions, 5th most in the league. With all these weapons, Ken, you just talked about, the Sanus, the Greens, the Eifers, the Bernards, just throw the ball to our guys. Our guys are better than their guys 99% of the time. Throw to our guy. And I think if he gets in that rhythm of having confidence, not trying to force balls and do too much, I think if he gets in that philosophy throughout the season, he can have progress and have a better time in the postseason.
Rocky Boyman, thank you for playing along on Sports of All Sorts.